Welcome to the lecture on Chapter 1. Chapter 1 is divided into three basic sections. This first video segment will deal with the first section, and that is Essentials for Excellence. The second section is about public speaking and the communication process, and there are 8 elements to that process itself. And then the third section is 5 steps for preparing to speak. All right, cool. Let's get going then. So as you think about public speaking, what does public speaking do for you? What's the advantage of taking a course in public speaking? Well, it informs you how to present yourself, because essentially that's what public speaking is. It's self-presentation. And you're presenting self first, but you're also presenting a message that you embody. And if you do it well, it increases the odds that you will get what you're looking for in an efficient and ethical way as well. If you think about the spoken word as well as the written word, but more the spoken word is inherently powerful. It has the ability to communicate facts, information, emotion, conviction, attitudes, your values, your beliefs, and to do it in such a powerful way that it leaves a lasting impression on the audience. So what is public speaking then? It's a creative activity. First, that includes the mental activity of putting the presentation together and also the physical aspect of actually delivering that presentation. If you think about the mental aspect of it, it is where you express your ideas in a unique way. And that, I mean that, and in that your uniqueness must come through in the presentation. You must be able to connect self, who you are, your ideas, your beliefs, your attitudes, and your values to the audience. So that unique perspective, your way of looking at the world, your way of looking at a particular idea, but not to the exclusion of the audience interests and their needs. So it's a transaction of sorts. You negotiate a relationship with the audience, and it's based on trust and relevance. The physical aspect is where you deliver the presentation. And in delivering the presentation, you've got to figure out how to connect with that audience. So connecting with the audience is something you do early on as you think about the audience's needs, values, beliefs, attitudes, who they are. And then you craft your speech in terms of them and in terms of you. That creates relevance to the audience. Very often I'll ask you as to how is your presentation relevant to the audience? How are you connecting with them? So when you deliver that presentation, you want to maintain strong eye contact. You need to know where to pause, where to place emphasis. You need to practice the presentation so that you can use the appropriate gestures, the appropriate body movement, and to communicate in such a way that you express self-confidence. So, effective speakers have learned the art of public speaking and able to develop a speech that resonates. There's the key word. It's relevant, that resonates with the audience or with the listeners through careful word choice, how you structure that presentation, the kind of supporting material that you bring in to support your main points and to support your thesis statement, strong eye contact, and gestures that are meaningful. So it's an art in that sense, meaning there's some rules, but really it's up to you as to your creativity and how well you can connect with that audience. But at its core, I'll say this again and again, it's you embodying the message. Marshall McLuhan said it well a few generations ago. He said the medium is the message. So you essentially embody that message. You are that message. Public speaking is also a decision-making process. So as you think about coming up with a presentation or topic, you'll have to think about what are your interests. You will analyze the audience in terms of who they are. It's what we call demographic analysis. You need to decide where to look for information and how to organize that information in such a way that the audience can assimilate it easily, remember it. You need to make some choices about your word choices. And then you need to decide what is the best way of delivering that presentation. So it's valuable. It's a valuable activity. Public speaking is, and you're taking this course, and you may at first be a little apprehensive, or You might be not only apprehensive, but you might say, why do I need a course in public speaking? I've been speaking all my life, so why do I need to learn how to do so? Well, it'll help you gain confidence in front of an audience, learning a little bit of a few of the rules, and mostly practice. Practice with somebody giving you, somebody coaching you along the way. So gaining self-confidence is a big thing. Learning to make the best use of time and being active when given the opportunity to express what you know and how you feel, your convictions about what you feel. So it is a valuable activity. Certainly it helps to influence success in college. You'll have to give some presentations in other courses. It helps you with critical thinking, because throughout the process of delivering a speech or coming up with a presentation, you're thinking about your reasoning, you're thinking about what's the best ideas, what's the best research, what evidence is best. You're evaluating your audience, you're evaluating yourself in terms of the correct evidence to use. You must decide how to express your ideas, you have to develop your arguments, all the way through. As the speaker, you use critical thinking skills. As a listener, as part of the audience, you're assessing the speaker's ideas in terms of fallacies. Are there any fallacies? So, public speaking certainly does teach critical thinking skills in terms of whether you've accomplished your goals, and those goals may be to inform, to persuade, or it may be to commemorate someone, an idea, a special occasion type of presentation. And at the end, you'll have to also figure out whether you've satisfied the needs of the audience, whether your presentation was actually relevant to them. Public speaking influences career and community success. So if you want to move up in the corporate ladder, very often it's about your ability to communicate. It's a soft skill. It's an important skill. It's a skill that most employees are looking for, and they feel that they can't actually teach at this point. They can teach you what you need to know about your job and what to do in your career. And so if you want to advance, whether it's in politics, religion, business, community activities, you need to be able to promote your ideas and promote yourself and what you represent through public speaking. It's also key to leadership. The best leaders are those who can communicate effectively, those who communicate with authority, enthusiasm, conviction, self-confidence. And public speaking certainly does complement technology, and we leverage technology to aid us in communication, in persuasion, and information itself. Public speaking is also part of our democratic tradition, the First Amendment, which was included in 1791. States that Congress shall make no law abridging the freedom of speech. So it serves an important purpose in our democratic process and procedures. And people have gathered at our nation's capital to listen to abolitionists, suffragettes, the leaders of civil rights, women's rights, gay rights. And so speeches is, in essence, are those rhetorical opportunities to show how you understand your ideas in your world and to try and convince people of your ideas. We'll stop there. We'll move on to the second section, which deals with public speaking and the communication process.